Hi everyone, Bert and Ains from Seasoned Gaming, and we're going to be talking to you about our closed door session with Dying Light 2. So a lot of people have this game as their game of E3, the big game that everybody's talking about. They were not showing any footage on the floor. They didn't have really a booth on the floor in any form whatsoever. We did see a trailer at the Xbox briefing, and you could only actually see this footage with an appointment only. You couldn't really walk up, you couldn't wait in line, there was no standby or nothing. But everybody's talking about this one. We're pretty big Dying Light fans here in general, so we were really excited to see this one, and I'm just going to start out and saying I was kind of blown away.
Yeah, it didn't let us down.
Fantastic. So we're going to talk to you briefly about what it was that we saw. I think the overall portion that we saw was roughly about an hour long, with an introduction of what we were going to see. Then we saw the same trailer seen at E3 briefings, and then we saw a gameplay demo of Dying Light. So I'll start with saying, just from the graphics standpoint, this looks really, really sharp. It is not a direct continuation of Dying Light 1. I think it takes place 15 years after what happened in Dying Light 1.
Right.
We have a whole new main character. His name is Aiden. I can't remember his last name.
Aiden Caldwell, I think.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
Is that right?
Yeah, Aiden Caldwell. They introduced him really briefly, and he had kind of a group of 3 people that were accompanying him at the start of the mission. And your goal in that mission was to get the water turned back on because the water in the city that you're in is running out that day. So it picks up right then and there. You walk around a level, and immediately they start showing the ability to traverse through the city in a parkour type way and all the other stuff that we've grown to love from Dying Light 1.
With even new features, right? So I mean, you have a grappling hook. They even showed jumping off a building with a paraglider,
which was cool.
Yeah, really neat. The combat looked like you expected. It's first-person combat, but it's very violent. Visceral is a word that's always thrown around, right? That it would be that. But what really jumped out to me here was as the mission kind of unfolded, this critical person basically gets hurt, and you decide if you want to stay with that person, which could lead down one path, or you want to chase the people that hurt him, which could lead down another path. So for this demo, they chased down the people that hurt him, and so you're basically chasing this bus through the city, which was a highlight of all the parkour mechanics, some of the combat. Really, really amazing how you can traverse through the city, and the city itself, the scope of it looked magnificent, right?
Awesome. Yep.
And then as they get there and you get more into combat, there's a lot more to it, it looked like, than Dying Light 1, much more in depth. And then what they really stressed, though, throughout the demo was really those choices, is that the choices are going to impact the city. And what we saw by the end was turning these pumps back on, or the water pumps back on. It drained another part of the city, which they said now not only opened up a new part of the city for you to play in, but also would change the city. Other things were kind of going to happen because of that. It's a residual effect, basically.
Correct. And during that level, you are chatting on radio with the people that you were initially with at the beginning. And since we decided to chase that person in the truck instead of stay with the guy that got wounded, he dies mid-mission. And so now you are kind of in a revenge mode. You're pretty upset. And the person you were initially going to talk to about turning the water back on, you are now fairly upset with him because of that shot that took place. I guess we'd call him a boss or an end main character. I don't know what you want to call that guy. But then he tries to tell you that there's a potential that you were duped, that there's something else going on. I think even during the mission, you are wondering if that shot came from someone else because we don't know what it is. That guy tells you that they didn't take the shot. And then at that point, you then have to choose, are you going to kill the person that's in control of the pipe, or are you going to listen and trust him and go a different route that he's trying to take you on? In the demo, they chose to attack him and turn the pumps on. And then the second that happens, you are given a gun, which we had not seen yet, and then you just start shooting people and taking them out with some pretty big force. And then you fight what is known as a mini-boss, which was really, really cool. You can stagger him, you can shoot him. It doesn't work the same way. He's got a lot of armor. And you have to pretty much figure out a way to take him down, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, and definitely new, a little more strategy. Yep. The other interesting thing is as they were going to this base, right, you could kind of enter this enemy hostile base in multiple different ways, they explained to us. For instance, we got in while riding in a car with someone who already worked there, and you're basically threatening him to get into the base. Someone asked in our showing if you could kill him, and then drive in yourself. And of course they said yes, and you can drive the vehicle and drive up, but then you won't have the code to get in, so you'd either have to fight to get in or find some other secret path. So just being able to approach missions from many different ways is really neat. And then the thing that really jumped out to me too is right at the end they said once you finish this game, you've maybe seen 50% of the content.
Correct. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of not only hidden parts of the world, but you may have to play the game again in an entirely different route than you took the first time.
Yep.
Another funny question was, can you go throughout the whole game going fully stealth, not killing any humans? Funny enough, the director of the game was like, can you? Maybe. And then he's like, actually, no, you can't. So you're going to be killing people in some form or whatsoever.
Yep.
So you can go full assault, you can go stealth, but you're still going to be killing people. Like I said, a lot of people, a lot of outlets have this as their game of E3. I'm not sure if we're going to be having that list, but we would definitely put it up there as one of the best things that we saw at E3. And we do have a release date.
Spring of 2020.
Yeah, spring of 2020. Definitely keep an eye out for this one. This is going to be a pretty good game. I think it's flying under a lot of people's radar because Dying Light 1 was well received, but I don't think people had it as a Game of the Year contender when that happened.
Yeah.
This one looks really good. Techland's really putting some hard work into this one. So we enjoyed it. Do we have footage for this one outside of the trailer? I don't think so. It was all closed footage, no pictures, no nothing.
They are going to send us the official press kit, but we don't know what that contains yet.
Yeah, so we're waiting on that. We're probably just showing some trailer at the current time, but you can definitely see that it looks like a pretty high AAA game. So hopefully you liked it, folks. If you have any questions, comments, leave it in the comments below. Anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah, one more thing is that we did ask if they were going to provide a roadmap of post-launch DLC for this game like they did the first. If you recall, they released a lot of extra DLC for Dying Light 1, kept that community going, and a lot of it was free. So they said they actually are already developing that plan, and they plan to do that for likely up to 2 years post-launch. So this is a game that's going to be played for a long time.
So a lot of support, great developer. If you have any other questions, like I said, leave them in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. We have a few more of these coming. You can link them at the end of our video from those links, or you can just find it in our E3 playlist. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.